The movie is set in an imaginary matriarchal, totalitarian country called the Bubunia. In Bubunia, the roles of men and women are reversed, up to the point where the male population is deprived of any civil rights, including work, education, military service, freedom of marriage, etc. Men wear headscarves and long veils to cover every part of their body and dress modestly, while women are allowed to wear pants and shirts. The country has been led by the family of ruthless female generalists for decades. Moreover, significant positions in politics, business, and the military are all held by women while men are expected to do all the domestic work and look pretty for women's pleasure. In the opening scene, we are introduced to a handsome young man, named Jacky, who is whipped for generalist's daughter and the future leader of the state, the colonist. The television shows a live ceremony from the Grand Mushery Palace. The event is held by the generalist to announce something important to the people and also to execute the male criminals of the month. Before the ceremony, 2 royal white horses are worshipped as per tradition. They are considered sacred in the country. Then the honorable ministers of the nation, who are all women, are introduced. At last, the colonist and the generalist appear in front of the cheering crowd. The colonist is the most eligible bachelor of the town and is liked by all, while her mother and the ruler generalist is very strict and is feared by everyone. Jacky does household work while watching the show on TV. Just then, his mother returns from work, exhausted. Jacky tends to her needs and the two watch the show while chatting. His mother claims that 4 girls from the town asked for her permission to marry him at her work. It is clear that Jacky is popular among the girls of the town because of his beauty. They hit on the guy every day to the point he feels violated. Although he can get any girl he likes, Jacky only has the colonist in his heart and wishes to marry her someday. In the show, the criminals are hanged in front of a cheering crowd. In Bubunia, the only source of nutrition is a white sticky substance that is delivered from waterpipe-like sinks called paste. The generalist then gives a speech stating the importance of the paste. She also declares that she wants to resign from her post and hand the responsibility over to the colonist. But as per tradition, the colonist needs to be married before taking over the throne. She announces that all the men from the country should compete against each other for a chance to marry the colonist and become the big dummy. She ends the speech by inviting every man to the Grand Bubonnerie Ball for the competition. Jacky is overly delighted by the announcement. He runs outside in happiness, jumping and dancing like every other man in the country. On the way, he sees a group of men praying to a random horse to make them the big dummy. He joins them and prays as well. One of the men is Jacky's cousin, Virgil, who claims that the horse talked to him and said he will be the big dummy. Jacky calls him out, stating that lying is a big blasphemy. As they talk, some teenage girls nearby call Jacky hot and argue about who is going to marry him. Following that, Jacky, Virgil, and his brother go to a clothing shop to buy veils for the Grand Bubonnerie Ball. Virgil's parents are rich in contrast to Jacky's mother. They make fun of him for not being able to afford a nice veil. The salesgirl hits on Jacky, saying that he is the most handsome of them all and that she imagines him on her bed every night. Jacky, who feels uncomfortable, starts talking to the shop's owner, but she too asks him to marry her daughter. Back at home, Jacky writes poetry, which is uncommon for his gender, while his brother, Julien, makes love to a woman in the other room. Julien is a prostitute whose ambition is to leave the country one day. He has been told that the people from other countries are allowed to dance, sing, and eat varieties of food, in contrast to their sticky paste. Moreover, he believes that Jacky's father had a treasure hidden somewhere, which he will soon find. He asks his brother to help him with the mission, but Jacky claims he has enough reasons to stay in the country. The following day, Jacky and his mother go to buy tickets for the Grand Bubonnerie Ball, but come across protesters outside the ticket counter. It turns out that the men, wishing to become the big dummy, should pay 40,000 bubes, which most men cannot afford because they live in poverty. Jacky's uncle and his family come out after, buying the bright red ticket to the ball. They make fun of his mother for being poor and boast about how Virgil is going to marry the coloness. Jacky returns home and cries himself to bed. Later, he brings the police to his own house, accusing his brother Julien of not returning his money. He believes that their father had left them a treasure that Julien has been hiding from them. As the police search through their house, they find no treasure but get their hands on a foreign magazine that is forbidden in the country. To Jacky's surprise, Julien is arrested for possession. He apologizes to his mother, saying that it was not his intention, but it is too late now. However, his guilt turns into happiness when the sheriffess gives him a free ticket to the ball in turn of him reporting Julien. The very next day, he happily goes to the clothing store again to get himself clothes for the ball. When returning, he sees an ambulance bringing his mother to the hospital. Jacky quickly rushes to his mother's side only to find out that she had slipped and broken her neck. She says the last goodbye to her son and passes away. After the incident, Jacky starts to live with his uncle's family, who hates him and treats him like a servant. They make him prepare the paste for hours, and spit it out, saying it isn't mashed enough. One day, he hears them talk about Julien escaping from the prison and assume he died when his house was burnt down. Jacky freezes in shock, knowing that he has no one by his side now. He is at the shop, complaining to a salesgirl about his problems. The girl, who is also attracted to Jacky, offers him a ride to the grand ball in turn for sexual favors. However, while they are at it, they are caught by Jacky's uncle. Upon inspection, they find Jacky's ticket to the ball and decide to give it to Virgil's younger brother. Jacky cries, in vain, seeing his only opportunity to a good life getting away. Then, Virgil and his brother get ready in beautiful veils to finally go to the ball. Jacky reluctantly helps them get ready. One day before the ball, all the contestants in beautiful white veil arrive at the palace. The event is televised nationwide. Jacky is at home, crying when he hears someone telling him to run away. He believes that it is the sacred horse speaking and manages to run away from his aunt's home. After running in the rain for a while, 3 women stop him and ask him why he is out. Taking advantage of the poor guy's situation, they assault him sexually. Just then, Julien appears out of nowhere and kills the women to save his brother. He claims that he provided sexual favors to the guards and freed himself from the prison. He has been living in the forest and growing plants ever since. Julien then shows Jacky a turnip farm, proving that the paste isn't the only thing humans can eat and that the generaless has been lying to everyone. Julien's plan is to sell the turnips and get enough money to buy passports and leave the country. He includes Jacky in his plan, and the two change into women's clothes and wear wigs to disguise themselves. Julien also reveals that their father was a rebel who wanted equal rights for men. They founded a secret movement for men's rights called Meninism. But he was hanged for his efforts. The two then get on a horse and make their way to the palace to sell the turnips. They meet a higher officer who happens to know Julien's secret and asks for a sexual favor. Jacky is sent outside, so he wanders around the palace and eventually ends up at the ball. Several men in the same veil are impatiently waiting for the coloness's arrival. Some minutes later, the coloness and the generaless arrive at the ball. Jacky is speechless by the coloness's beauty. As she scans through the crowd of men, her eyes land on Jacky, who is still dressed like a woman. They make eye contact, but Jacky looks away flustered. Then, the men surround the coloness, trying to prove they are submissive, and hence eligible to be the big dummy. Meanwhile, Jacky is approached by his uncle and his younger son. They mistake him for a girl and ask him to marry the younger son. Jacky shoos them away and makes his way to the coloness. She seems to be interested in him even though he is in women's clothing. He introduces himself as Jacqueline and is invited to her private chamber. There, Jacky and the colonist talk for a long time about different things. She tells him that she wants to be a writer rather than a leader. But her mother won't let her. She also explains that the ball is just a satire to earn money, and that she is set to marry a movie star. She then gives him carrots to eat, saying that the paste is only for poor people. As the two talk, the colonist starts getting closer to Jacky, initiating sexual advances. But they are disturbed by the generalist who wants the colonist to come back to the ball. Now, the big dummy is about to be announced when Jacky's uncle recognizes him in the crowd and attacks him. Jacky's wig is taken off and he announces his love to the colonist as a man. But the generalist sends her guards behind him. A chase ensues in the palace. Jacky eventually ends up in a secret room with several pipes. Upon investigation, he finds out that the paste they have been eating is recycled human feces mixed with vitamins. The generalist has been giving speeches about the paste being a gift to the nation. But in reality, she is feeding the poor their own feces, so they won't eat away all the food and vegetables. After knowing this, Jacky presses a button in the control panel that causes the feces to go to the water pipes without being filtered. The whole country is now supplied with disgusting feces mixed with water. Coloness is on her bed when she hears noises. She finds Jacky inside and asks him his true motive. He confesses his love to her and the two spend the night together. In the morning, she shows him a crowd of men outside the palace. Because he revealed the truth about the paste, the entire country believes Jacky to be a hero. However, the generalist doesn't share the view, so when he and the colonist are in bed, the guards arrest him and throw him in jail. The generalist comes to visit him in the prison and offers him a deal, life and marriage to her daughter in exchange for his cooperation in preventing rebellion. Jacky accepts the offer, but she tries to cut off his tongue, stating that he has seen too much. But before she can harm him, the colonist strangles her to death. Following that, the new lovers reunite and kiss together. The two open the borders of Bubunia and establish democracy in the country. Jacky opens schools for boys and travels the world. They also introduce emancipation and restore the country's agriculture, where people are provided with green foods, not feces. In the last scene, when colonist and Jacky are about to officially marry, they announce that Bubunia wants no more secrets from its people and strip naked in front of the crowd, revealing that colonist is actually a man and that they, in fact, just entered gay marriage. It turns out that generalist had no daughters, despite years of trying. So she wanted her last child to become the state leader despite being male. The film ends with a woman from the crowd yelling blasphemy at the two. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out.